I promised you guys two things yesterday. The first one was that I'd try to hit 2 million coins by this episode, which we did, and honestly went a little bit beyond that. And two, that I would tell you guys all of the Road to the Knockout Team 2 flips over on Twitter, which I tweeted out all day. Every single card that I was buying, selling, pretty much all of them for the most part, and ended up making a good amount of profit on those cards. Only lost coins on one of them, which was in Araujo, but it wasn't this one. I actually had one before this Araujo. So I lost coins on the first Araujo, but I made coins on Kane, made like 60K, and then I added another 80K later, made a ton of coins on Havertz because we got him for 600K, a few of them, and sold them on for like 690, 680, 670 right here. And we made a good amount of profit on those RTTK cards. There were even some low budget cards I made a small amount of coins on, but not much really. And those cards are honestly still rising as I speak. So hopefully you guys got in and made some profit on that, or at the very least, even if you lost some coins on certain cards, you at least learned something for next week, because every Friday there are opportunities to flip these new promo cards. And if you were paying attention yesterday, you may have noticed a market crash. And one of the contributing factors to that was this new Heroes Welcome Pack. If you logged in for 7 days so far this year, you got an opportunity to open a pack with 35,000 coins, or FC points, gross. But it basically gives you the equivalent of a 50K pack with one guaranteed to be 84 and higher, and also a base hero loan. So I'm just going to rip this open and see what we end up getting. Let's see if it's any. Oh, it's a walkout. It's a walkout. It's a German walkout. Actually, it's Ta. It's Ta. Jonathan Ta is not fantastic. Oh, it's a double walkout. 286s. I guess that's not terrible. But neither of those cards go for more than fodder price. And now I don't have 2 million coins. I got 3 walkouts in that. That's honestly, I guess I'll take it. I forgot about this part of the pack. Okay, but we did just hit 2 million coins, and I do want to show you guys all of the trading methods that I used to get to this point. And I'm also going to show you some investments that I think are going to be very good over the course of the next couple of days. So let's go ahead and hop into that. And sometimes trading can take a while. So if you want coins quick, then Loot Bar is what you're looking for. Not only are they already cheaper than the other platforms, but when you use my code Nitro, you're going to get another 8% off of that, and 5% more coins than what you bought. It has great reviews, big creators use it, and you get your coins within a few minutes. So if you need quick coins, Loot Bar is the place to go. I've uploaded videos on low budget methods, like getting to 50K and 100,000 coins, actively trading, buying a card, selling it 5 minutes later. But the truth is, most of my coins are made off of out-of-pack investments. A card that goes into a pack for a week, like a team of the week, and then goes out of packs, they tend to go up very consistently. There's not a lot of risk to it. So today I want to show you some of my favorite out-of-pack investments. The first thing we have to talk about today is the curveball we're getting thrown for Player of the Month Liga F, which I was almost certain was going to be Eva Pajor, which I was pronouncing Pajor last week and somebody corrected me, and it's ending up being Ajibade, which I also surely mispronounced. So hopefully there's somebody in the comments who can let me know how to pronounce this name, but Ajibade is going to come as the Liga F Player of the Month, and it could be today, it could be tomorrow or Monday. I don't actually know, but we do have another SBC on the way, which is going to be Kefren Thuram. Now, we did just get his brother as an SBC, the striker, Marcus Thuram, and now we're getting Kefren Thuram, and he could possibly be part of the Gullit gang if he gets enough of an upgrade on the pace and shooting. And when you combine both of these into a squad over on futbin, you'll find that they do both link to Griezmann. French link with Thuram, and then also the Atletico Madrid link with Ajibade. So both reasons for Griezmann to go up, and he's already been recovering after this little market crash that we had. And when I say little, I mean it wasn't really that little. It went from 84 points on the market all the way down to 66 points on the market. But we are now finally seeing a recovery on this crash. They are really steadily rising into this morning. Everything seems to be going up over the course of the last 4 hours, including even RTTK Team 2 cards. But as you can see, the gold market is steadily recovering, especially those cards that dropped a ton. I mean, Diogo Jota, like, cut in half of his price. And the same thing can be said about Goretzka, who is slowly recovering in price, Vicario as well. But those cards are going back up, and so is the entire market. But when we look at those links to Thuram, we can also find Theo Hernandez. Theo Hernandez, however, I don't think really fits the same price range. And I think that Theo Hernandez, even for his gold card, which is about 400,000 coins, isn't going to really work out. Instead, I think DeMarco is going to be a better investment because this card is also out of packs, but it has every reason to go up. He's 108,000 coins right now. He was lower a few days ago during the division rival rewards crash, and I told you guys that was a great time to buy. So if you got in then, fantastic. But if you're buying right now, still going to work out for you guys. This card does link to Thuram, but it's not a great link. Of course, this link is only going to be Serie A. He doesn't play for the same team or the same country. But when you take a look at Marcus Thuram, who's the SBC that came out last week, he is probably going to be an SBC that a lot of people do both of the Thuram SBCs for. If this Khéphren Thuram comes out, I not only think that people who've already done this Thuram are going to do this one, but I also think that people who haven't done this Thuram are going to go out and do him now because they can get a great link between the two. And he plays for the same team that DeMarco does, which is Inter Milan. So that link I think is going to work out. DeMarco is now out of packs, and the same can be said for all of the Road to the Knockout team number 1 cards. A lot of these cards are on their way up. Claudia Pina, a little bit up. I think she would have gone up a lot more had it been Eva Payor who won the Player of the Month, but it wasn't. And so it's not a great link there. And Ajibade plays like the exact same position as Claudia Pina. So it doesn't really work out too well there. But I've been telling you guys about my favorite investments in this team. And I still think for low budget, it's going to be Van de Beek and Lang, maybe even Keane right there. For medium budget, Šeško from Leipzig, that striker is going to be good. You also have Romero and Cherky, I think, are going to be good. But DeMarco is my favorite at this current moment. And then for high budget cards, you could definitely see Frimpong and Alvarez maybe a little bit of a rebound. Even on Diani, doesn't look bad. A lot of these cards are going to go up. You can't really make a wrong choice. It's just about making the best choice. And to be honest, I can't tell you the exact card that I would say is the best other than DeMarco, but we have a lot of reason to invest in DeMarco right now. But he's not the only investment that I really like. And if you paid attention at the very beginning of today's video, you'll see that I have a Bremer on my transfer list already. He's from Team of the Week 2. I got him for 120,000 coins with a shadow card already on him. And I think that card is going to do really well with this team as well, because as you can see, he plays for Juventus, and so does Khéphren Thuram. So I think that link alone is going to be very, very good right there. Let's take a look at that Team of the Week number 2, and we'll see a couple of these cards. Bremer, who's 127 right now, I would try to get for like 124 or less probably. Even if you spent a little more, you're probably going to be all right, but he was a little lower a few hours ago, so just take note of that. But then you also have Nicholas Jackson, who's currently going for 14,500 coins, and I just feel like this is a card that is not spectacular. It's not like it's going to change the game, but since it's so cheap and it gets great links with Chelsea, and it also could go into some evolutions here in the future. It already does technically go into Ultimate Edition evolution and Intro to Stats limits, where it could get a small little upgrade on his card already. But this Nicholas Jackson card is a Team of the Week, and EA have been known to drop some early Team of the Week evolutions last year. So I think they're going to do the same thing this year. There's just no telling exactly when that's going to happen. But club stock 1. If you don't want to buy 20 of them, throw 1 in your club as an investment. I promise you, eventually it will work out. And I think the same can be said about a lot of the discard RTTKs and discard Team of the Weeks. Now, there's not a ton other cards in this team that I love. I do like Mateo because I do think that she's usable. I think she gets good French links. I think this is a card that people are underrating right now. But given the fact that she can play striker, right wing, cam, right mid, and it's a French card that's usable, out of packs now could slowly go up. It's a low budget investment that I think could hit 20,000 coins. And then you've also got players like elyyt. Maybe. It's a decent card right there. 84 rated. Again, it's out of packs, so there's not a lot of risk on that card, but I think a lot of people looked at that and saw Bayern Munich and French, and then they look at that 2-star weak foot, and they're like, I don't really want to use that much. But Rafinha might also be a good investment. It's not too bad, but just understand that he is playing the same position as Ajibade. Not sure if that's going to compete for people starting 11s. If people are going to replace Rafinha for Ajibade, probably not. They don't play for the same country. They don't play for the same team, but technically they are both La Liga based. Not the same La Liga, women's La Liga versus men's La Liga, but it could have an impact on left wingers on the market. That's all I'm saying. Luis Diaz is another left winger that I think is decent for 210,000 coins, and given the fact that the Chiesa card on the market is so expensive, the Liverpool wingers are very in demand, and you take a look at Chiesa's 84 rated card at 135,000 coins. I mean, the comparison between these two cards, it's not really that different. I mean, Luis Diaz is about the same pace, the same shooting, about the same passing. I don't know what I just clicked. Whoops. We're back. 86 dribbling to 89. I mean, he's got better dribbling. He's got a little worse defense and a little better physicality. And on top of that, they're both 4-star, 4-star. So I personally think that Luis Diaz, given the fact that it's an inform out of packs, not a bad price for him overall. But I don't want to completely neglect the current team of the week. If you take a look at some of these cards based on earlier today, Payor, who's 34,000 coins right now, well, she was 29K, a nice little rebound for low budget. Van de Ven, a little bit more medium budget, and to be honest, a little cheaper than you'd expect, given the fact that his gold card is 70,000 coins, his upgraded inform is only 100K more. Realistically, not that much more expensive, but he was 154K, rebounded to 170, and I've gotten the question a lot, and I don't want to come out here and say I'm 100% certain about this, but the question is, do I buy now or should I buy early? And the answer is maybe, because we do have FUT Champions out right now, and FUT Champions is giving some pretty good rewards, even if you got like 7 wins out of 15, which I think a lot of people, like this would be the average, 7 or 8 wins in Weekend League. If you got 7 wins, you still get a Team of the Week player pack. If you get 8 wins, you get 2 Team of the Week player packs. The higher you go, if you get 11 wins, you get 2 times 3 Team of the Week's player pack. That's 6 Team of the Weeks, tradable, going into your club, going onto the market. That's a lot of supply. And that's why we're seeing such low prices for these cards. And so we still have Saturday and Sunday where people are going to finish their FUT Champions and continue to list these cards on the market. Now, I am really eyeballing Militao as an investment. I think he's going to be a spectacular out-of-pack investment, and I think he could even rise before they go out of packs. I mentioned in yesterday's video, I think these cards won't be at their lowest after they're out of packs, like the first 2 Team of the Weeks were. I think they'll be at their lowest on Saturday or Sunday, and possibly even yesterday. But all I know is that I'm getting in on some of these cards by Sunday night at the latest. So that is my plan, but do I know the exact low point for them? Well, not yet. We're going to learn from this week and maybe use that information in the future weeks. But if you made it to the end of today's video, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Please subscribe to Nitro Gaming down below so you don't miss any of the future uploads. And go ahead and comment how many coins you have on your account right now. If you sold everything, how many coins do you have? Let me know down in the comments below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.